last time.
A feeble-looking boy sits on a chair in the middle of the room, unmoving. Say.
Here we go.
As I murmur an apology, Say's eyelashes make the slightest movement. His dark, dull eyes slowly move to me. At that moment, an electric shock ran through my body. Huh? When I opened my eyes again, I saw an empty white room. I couldn't tell if there was even a ground or a ceiling, but the entire place was unbearably white. The human version of Ren is standing next to me. Does that mean I'm on a rhyme field? Oh. Oh, poor baby. You've really been abused, haven't you? Shit. Someone is standing in front of me. Who? Oh. Is that... Say? In the colorful room, I knew he had black hair and eyes. But now everything is as white as the room around us. His hair, his eyes, even his skin. All of his color, gone. As if it was simply left somewhere else. Aoba, we finally meet. A tender smile rises to Say's pale face. It's the first time I've heard his voice, but it feels so nostalgic. I've heard it somewhere. This voice. Hurry to me. Destroy me with your power. So that voice was Say's. As I stare into his captivating eyes, my heart starts to throb. Say, brother. When I call out to him, Say's eyes thin out as he smiles. Your eyes and hair. Why? This is what we were like when we were born. In this world, we've changed back to how I once was. Maybe because I wish to return to that time. Say's smile changes to show a hint of loneliness. Aoba, I've always wanted to see you, but I thought it'd be alright even if I didn't. It was what I wanted, but... Say closes his eyelids. I don't understand what he means. You didn't want to see me? Not that. Even if I did, I'm going to disappear soon. Aren't you going to destroy me, Aoba? I'll kill Say. I'll release him. Knowing the significant meaning of it all leaves me with nothing to say. Can't we just run away together? That's true. I'm happy to hear that. And I want to, but it's impossible. My heart just won't last much longer. No, I'm sorry, and thank you. You were always with Toei, weren't you? Yeah. Was that you in the game? The one that helped me? Yeah. And the invitation to Platinum Jail, too? Captive Princess, please save me. The game that was sent to me from time to time. The messages from the Captive Princess. Well, that answers that question. Shit. And that invitation into Platinum Jail. Toei said that Say had created countless self-consciousnesses in different places. I understood it right away when we spoke. The person who sent those games and those messages was Say. Say had been helping me all this time. Yeah, he had. I had helped you, but truthfully, I just wanted you to come to me quickly, so you could hurry and destroy me. That's Say's only wish now. Too much time had passed for him to have any hope left. He wasn't able to die because of Toei, and fell into despair because of it. He's been living only for this moment, hoping for me to destroy him. That's so... My heart twists, and I firmly grab onto my chest. Say and I are siblings, yet he had to go through all of that. I know I can't change that fact, but it just hurts too much. Ren. Say's gentle gaze moves to the side of me. You've always been protecting Aoba, haven't you? Oh, he made Ren. That makes sense, because he makes consciousnesses. He made Ren. Okay. Other question answered.
Yeah.
You've even let yourself become something completely separate from him, too.
I did.
Then, soon enough, you will have to come out as well. You and him are of the same thing. He's always been mourning. Let him out. Him? Who are they talking about? Destroy Boy? Aoba, you and Ren used to be a single entity, right? Yeah. Ren was born for protecting the balance in your mind. What was he protecting it from? Sei looks at me as he asks. Unable to think of an answer, I look to Ren. Ren stares at Sei. There's not only you and Ren inside yourself. You should know that. You should have seen him, heard his voice. The one other you. Huh? The one other me. That's the one with the power of scrap. Ren protected you from him, so you wouldn't be taken over. But he's no enemy. He's not a bad man. So there's no way he'd ever do that to you. Isn't that right, other Aoba? Sei looked over his shoulder, and at some point the other me had formed behind me. But my skin, eye, and hair were all pure white like Sei's. Huh. So, he's not Sly Blue. Aoba is Sly Blue. Maybe. Unless Destroy Boy was in control at the time. So Aoba had always existed. Aoba was original Aoba. Destroy Boy was Destroy Boy, Ren was Ren. They were all there, coexisting 3 in 1. So perhaps at certain times Destroy Boy has been in the pilot seat, and Aoba has been in the back seat, as evidenced in Kojaku's Bad End, when Destroy Boy took over. So yeah, the only question left is if Aoba was Aoba during the Sly Blue days, or if that was Destroy Boy. Okay. Sei did say that that was how we were when we were born. Aoba, Ren agreed to your wishes, so I'd like you to listen to his. As he said that, Sei made his way towards the other me. I just stared at myself silently. Sei goes down one step, and then I notice something unusual. Sei's legs are turning transparent. It's like he's going to eventually fade away. Bro, your body! My wish has already been fulfilled. You'll kill and release me. I'll be okay. My only regret is him. But if Ren was accepted, I think it'll be okay. Aoba, you might find this surprising, but I don't resent Toei. No one really knows what's right and what's wrong. It's the people themselves who decide that. It's true that every single day was painful, but the only one who could judge whether he was wrong or not was me. But all the same, there isn't just one point of view. If you'll listen carefully to others, you'll come to understand that. Because your caring heart is everything to me. Sei's body gradually fades. Brother! Only the silhouette of his hand touches my cheek. I don't resent Toei. I am going to end this, once and for all. My duty isn't done just yet. I'm going to take all of the different me's and focus them. This tower and Platinum Jail. I'm going to destroy them. So is that what would happen at the end of the other routes when the tower was being destroyed? This will be my last struggle as a person who was powerless in life. Sei gives me another gentle smile. Now, Aoba, destroy me. Release me, and then I'll destroy the tower. No. Aoba. Sei slightly frowns and grasps my hands with his transparent ones. Look into my eyes. No, Aoba. Say continues with a hint of sadness in his words. Please, give me peace. Release me from here. With your power. Trying to bear with it, I slowly looked up to Say's face. His eyes were filled with an intense, tender light. I look into those eyes and open my trembling mouth. This is so. I can save my big brother. I have to do it. I'll destroy you. A bright light flashes, almost too much to keep my eyes open, and when it faded out, Say was farther away from me, smiling, with his body nearly all gone. Brother! I'm glad I got to talk to you in the end. Aoba, thank you. I really mean it. And with his last words, Say dissolved into the air. I stood around, blankly staring at where Say should have been. He was gone. I knew very well what that meant. Almost too well. There were no tears. Just... My emotions went out of control, and my throat began to burn. I couldn't help it. As I hung my head in shame, the pure white field began to fill with color. And we're back on the beach. In a single blink, the white space turned into an evening sea. I remember it from my childhood. It feels like a very important place. I'd always talk with someone while sitting on the beach and staring at the sea. That's... Father? Oh yes, I remember. I'd always speak to my friends inside my head, with my heart and mouth closed to the other people around me. The one who set me free from that was my father. I had no blood relation because I was born in a lab, but he was my father. That answers that question. Aoba and Say were grown in those tanks. The man who opened up my world and showed me the light. It's alright. You can always destroy this world anytime. He said that to me. Right now, I am standing where my father was. The pure white me had looked exactly like me this time. This is Destroy Boy.
Aoba,
Ren looks at me with serious eyes.
we were once all part of one whole. Then you, me, and him were separated.
The id, the ego, and the superego, huh? Cool.
We can't unite, or else you'll turn into the personality you were in the beginning. In short, all of us will disappear. But I gained a will. You acknowledged me as another existence. You accepted me, so I won't disappear. But he's always been lamenting over you not accepting him, over not being able to return to you. Always.
When I look over to the other me, the me that was once expressionless had a somewhat helpless face on. I always thought he was such a hostile thing, that he wouldn't stop at trying to take over me. But I may have been wrong. That's what I thought when I looked at the expression of the other me. I was scared of you using scrap. I thought that breaking into people's minds was the same thing as killing them. I was scared of myself using it. No, I was scared of myself becoming a person that had a sense of superiority because of my power. When I had that incident in Rhyme, and knew it was like that, I was incredibly afraid. So I got rid of it. So I forgot that I could use scrap, but that ended up with me denying you. I didn't look into myself and lived a peaceful life. I always thought that way. But you're me, so I hated that I let myself forget. So that's why you appeared whenever I used scrap, to tell me that I was here. While you rose up, I thought you were against me. I jumped to that conclusion and refused you. Say said it earlier, that he had one regret. I misunderstood you. So I won't run away or deny you anymore. You're right here inside of me. In the past, in the present. Always. I'm sorry for all that I did. When I finished talking, I walked up to myself. His body faintly quivers, and I take a deep breath. When I get closer to him, I could see all of the emotion in his eyes. He slowly raised his hands. I rose mine to his, and lightly touched his palms. A small warmth grew between our hands. His unsteady eyes reflected in mine, and his lips moved ever so slightly. Thank you. With a hoarse voice, he burst into a dazzling light. And became one. When I opened my eyes, I was no longer there. My chest feels warm. As another aside, what I was saying earlier about Sei making Ren wouldn't make sense, so it's not that Sei made any of them, it's that Aoba just always had these other parts of himself? Imaginary friends? I don't know, something like that. But regardless, whatever I was saying earlier about that was incorrect, obviously. While silently looking at my hands, my heart feels like it was just torn apart.
He went back inside of you.
Ren stands next to me.
He went back because you accepted him.
You're alright, aren't you?
Yeah. You recognize that I was a separate being, so I won't go back.
I see. Those words relax me a little. I accepted another one of me, and he returned to my consciousness. That was what he had wanted. But Sei wanted me to free him, so I fulfilled that wish. Oh, so they didn't actually go back together then. We won't see each other anymore, even though we finally did. Suddenly, the tears rose to my eyes.
Aoba.
I wonder if I could have saved him somehow. If I could have saved Sei.
He said so. He didn't hate Toei, but wouldn't become his pawn. It's likely that he thought he was saved by you in the end.
If only I could have saved Sei sooner. If only Sei and I didn't have our powers. Thinking of it, I imagine the different futures we could have had. But what's happened and what's happening now is reality. So if Sei was constantly being experimented on by Toei, was it one of his consciousnesses, other hymns that was leading the morphine gang? Because Virus and Trip said that he was a big part of that. Maybe that's in Reconnect. So, there must be no other road than this one. I roughly wiped the tears off my face. With no words left, I listened to the sound of the waves. It was like a dream, with the scenery dyed in the color of twilight.